Republicans immediately responded to the State of the Union with remarks delivered by Arkansas Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders. Members from Oklahoma are also responding. News on 6 D.C. Bureau Chief Alex Cameron is live from Washington tonight with Congressman Kevin Hern. Alex?
Well, Craig, thanks. It was a long speech, longer than most people expected, about an hour and 20 minutes. It seemed like the theme was let's finish the job. First District Congressman Kevin Hern joins me now. I appreciate you taking the time to share your thoughts. What's your kind of gut reaction to tonight's speech?
Well, finally, the president admitted that we need oil and gas for the future of our country. What he didn't tell the American people is that we're sending our billions of dollars to Iran and Venezuela for the oil and gas that we could do right here in the United States of America, especially in our state of Oklahoma, have high-paying jobs. We also heard him talk about fentanyl, and all the people had died from fentanyl. What he didn't tell the American people was it was his policies that allowed the border to be wide open for fentanyl to come across. And he mentioned 70,000. It's over 100,000 people have died in the last 12 months from fentanyl overdose. This president was very disingenuous about what he talked about.
You've been very focused on trying to get a balanced budget and get to at least regular order on getting a budget. He challenged Republicans, or at least he offered to sit down with Republicans next month when he presents his budget to talk about a spending plan. Is that genuine, do you think?
Well, his budget was due yesterday by constitutional law, and he didn't produce it yesterday. He's going to spend another month doing this. The reality is that we need a balanced budget. We've done this the last 2 years on a Republican Study Committee. I chaired the committee on both times. What he didn't say was, again, that the Democrats in the last 4 years under Speaker Pelosi's rule produced no budget for the American people. That's why we have spending out of control. There's been no budget for the American people's taxpayer dollars. This president needs to sit down and start being a leader instead of blaming everybody else for the problems.
He's dealing with a Republican-led House now. Did you hear any genuine effort from him to reach out across the aisle?
Well, he said that. He said that from day one, if we remember. He said we're not going to be divided, we're going to be united. Then he went and killed the Keystone XL pipeline. This president says a lot of stuff, but his audio doesn't match his video. He says one thing, but when he goes out and actually does, when he's not in front of the camera, is completely different with his policies.
You're willing to work with him, though, if he is willing to meet you in the middle?
I'm willing to work with anybody that will secure the future of this great nation. And the first thing you got to do is rein in the spending that we've seen, some $10 trillion obligation that he's put in place over the last 2 years of his presidency.
Congressman Hern, thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it. The president finished up tonight by saying that there's nothing that we can't accomplish as Americans if we work together. So we'll be watching to see how that goes over the next months and this coming session. Live in our Washington Bureau, I'm Oklahoma's own Alex Cameron.